It's time for Comedy Central Live at the Savanna Virtual Comedy Bar. Every sip counts to help Savanna fund the funny.
Hi, my name is Corona. No, man, I meant to say my name is Khanyisa. This Corona is all I think about these days. It reminds me of when I used to wish to be a doctor, because these days I feel like a thug. I never thought I'd walk around wearing a mask all day. No, man, it feels like I'm on my way to rob a bank, or should I say a bar, because I can rob anyone here at the bar. Even my customers are in danger. As a doctor, I could rob your medical aid funds and still be called a frontline hero. At least the next doctor I'm about to call is lucky enough to still perform surgeries on your sense of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, Siya Seya!
Yes, a lot of people, when they see me, even you now, the first thing you see is the gap. So I'm going to explain the gap. I'm going to explain it very well. This is the diary of the toothless nonsense. It's not easy. It's not easy. This is how I know that people don't know me that well, because people that don't know me that well, they ask me what happened to your teeth. Then that friendship doesn't last that long, because people who know me, they never ask me that stupid question. Never. Because this gap has been here for 18 years. 18 years. 18 people. This gap is old, very old. And what I like about it in this era, 2020 and 2021, with the mask, I take the mask off. It's social distancing. I should be the face of regulation. Like, I enjoy having a gap, but there's always disadvantages. There's always disadvantages. Like, I went to a celebration, one of my friend's celebrations. He was celebrating his achievements. We're drinking tequila, and then it was cheers. Ooh, and then he drank the tequila, bah, and we all grabbed lemons. I grabbed the lemon, and I was like, yo, I forgot. The lemon came out the way it came in. Unharmed, people, unharmed. I had to give it to a brother next to me. Execute, boy. Execute, help a brother out. It's not easy at all to have the gap, because when I go to funerals, only thing that's being served there is apples. They don't think about us. They don't think at all about toothless people. When are they serving bananas? There's more fruits out there that God gave us. Give us bananas, people. There must be options, because now you must look and hide away to make your first bite. No. Bring bananas back on. That's why we love soft things, as the toothless kind. I love cheese, man. I love cheese a lot, but I don't like saying cheese when I'm taking a picture. Let's just take a picture. Let me close my mouth when I'm taking a picture. Yeah. That's why I don't like going out and eating out with a group of people, because after eating, there's that phase of the toothpick. And every time I grab the toothpick, people are looking at me. What is he going to do? And then I put it back down. Now, no, it's suspense, people. Suspense. Relax. It was suspense. But I need to be paid for the gap. I need to be paid, people. Like, all those toothpaste companies, they should make me the brand ambassador. I would go to schools, primary schools, telling kids to brush their teeth, because I feel like the best motivators, for example, are like people coming from jail, telling people, no, I've been to jail, don't go to jail, focus on your life. Exactly. So the great guy to be a brand ambassador for toothpaste, ta-da, it's me. It's me. They'll look at you with disappointment, like, oh, so tooth fairies don't exist. Like, yeah, look at me. I've been waiting for a tooth fairy since 2003. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. And I know kids are rude. Kids will look at me and say, okay, we'll brush our teeth. What are you going to brush? I'm going to brush my shoes. I will brush my shoes. You know? Like even parents are not intimidated with me. They're like, no, don't run away, baby. Siya is not going to bite. I even went to a Sangoma. I went to a Sangoma just to find out if I will have teeth in the future. Going to a Sangoma is a nice experience because Sangomas, they are so positive. Like, the moment you get there, they're like, Vumani bo. They make you agree to things you know nothing about. You're like, yeah, Siya Vuma. You agree to nonsense, but which is positive. Like, Vumani le kaka, Vumani, whatever it is I'm about to say. Yeah. So the Sangoma, you know, the Sangomas, they have bags full of bones, you know, and rocks and all other nonsense is there. So the Sangoma threw the bag and all these things came out. I saw bones, I saw rocks, I saw teeth. Huh? With my surprise, I saw a familiar tooth there. I was like, this is mine. This is one of my front tooth here. I didn't want to hear the consultation because like I saw my tooth. I was like, damn, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my tooth. It has a lot of wisdom. It's helping the hopeless. You know, it's giving the positive energies out there. I was like, no, I don't need teeth. I don't need teeth, people. My tooth can see the future. Yeah. You know, I was listening to my friend. You know, one of my friends is going through daddy issues. Like, he was telling me he's never met his father. And since I've never met mine, I was like, no, bruh, there's no problem there. I was like, no, Siya. He's like, no, he has a lot of money and I don't care about his money. I don't want his money. I'll be my own man. I'm like, good for you, boy. Good for you. But because I was curious, I was like, what does your father do? He was like, no, my father is a dentist. I was like, hey, we must look for your father. We must look for your father. I need your father better than you. Yeah. As you can see, he still doesn't want to see his father. Still stubborn as hell. Yes, sis. But it's not all negative. It's not all just tears, you know, just apples and hard things to bite. No. You know when couples say to each other, my better half, when they call each other, this is my better half. When I say it, I mean it. My partner really is my better half because she has more teeth than me. She bites the lemon. Wow, that was romantic. You know, during sex, people, during sex, I don't know if I should say this thing. During sex, when I'm busy with the foreplay, unlike people who have teeth, I don't bite them. I don't bite it at all. I go down there, it's tongue and gums. I just go down there and go. I come out looking like a brand ambassador for Condens. Siya Seya, that's my time.
Hey, that was a great operation. A round of applause to this funny health worker of laughter. I thought I should make things clear. I may be at a bar right now, but I've been sober for 30 days. Well, not consecutively, but a day here and there over the years, and still counting. Known for his magical prostate exams, here's the funny, the hilarious Dr. Koch.
South Africa, corruption is out of control. You have to bribe a car guard just to use a parking bay. Even the letters in the word Supreme Court have been stolen. It says Supreme Court. Supreme Court. If you want justice, come to the supremecourt.co.za. I don't freaking know. The Gauteng Department of Education allegedly spent 470 million rand sanitizing schools. What are they sanitizing the schools with? Johnny Walker Blue? We had PPE corruption. PPE stopped people from dying. Who sees people dying and goes, wow, just think of the opportunities. We're going to make a killing. In South Africa, you can bribe a cop with a bag of chips. Our cops see upholding the law as less important than snacks, and they settle for knickknacks, the cheapest chips you can buy. I mean, if you had Pringles, you could be president. I just bought Limpopo. With what? A samosa. And it's not just cops. A cabinet minister was bribed with frozen chicken. Frozen chicken. If you're going to sell out the revolution, at least ask for Nando's. The biggest corporate scam in South African history, Steinhoff. Planned by a guy called Marcus Jooste. Do you know what Marcus Jooste actually stole? No, you don't. That's how corrupt he is. You don't even know what got taken. Allegedly, because puppets can't get sued, but their hand in my can. Jacob Zuma had 783 charges against him before he even became president. We still elected him. We were like, wow, 783 charges. At least he knows how to get things done. You need a diary and a PA to pull off 783 charges. Now we have load shedding because of dodgy coal deals Jacob Zuma's friends did. Jacob Zuma up so hard, we have to turn the whole country off in stages. And he didn't do it alone. Huge accounting firms like KPMG, Deloitte, and McKinsey helped him do it, allegedly. Do you know how much money you have to steal that you need an accountant to help you plan it? To find out how much you stole, you need a spreadsheet and a meeting. Jacob Zuma stole so much, Excel is one of his accomplices, allegedly. The ANC is so broken, you can't win their internal elections unless you give out cash in brown paper envelopes. The ANC chooses leaders the same way as your granny gives birthday presents. Rather you buy what you want, darling, just go get what you want, okay? Ace Magashule is the third most powerful person in the ANC, and he allegedly stole so much from the Free State, the big hole near Kimberley is now called Bloemfontein. Even the ANC's own Integrity Commission thinks Ace Magashule is corrupt. Do you think the ANC are really taking it seriously? Of course not. The ANC's Integrity Commission is like Radio 2000. The only people who listen to it are the people who actually work there. Some of you probably weren't even aware that the ANC has an Integrity Commission. You thought it was a practical joke, like a salad from KFC or sun cream in England. The corrupt politicians always go, I'm innocent until proven guilty, knowing full well that Jacob Zuma disbanded the very people who he put in charge of fighting corruption. It's like mugging someone and then asking Stevie Wonder if he saw anything. Oh.
Welcome back, folks, as we still continue with comedy. Comedy works for me, of course it does. Because as I said, I always wanted to be a doctor. But whenever I said that, my maths and physics teacher would look at me and say, I sure, Bhunu. That one was very jealous. Jealousy. So when they say laughter is the best medicine, I feel like calling him just to say, Menier, look who's laughing now. I was sure then, I'm sure even now. I am a doctor. On that note, let's welcome the next doctor, all the way from over there, Mr. Dillan Oliphant.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Dillan Oliphant. I hope this goes well. Because I have been doing some rough gigs. I did a gig with Skalk Bezuiden out in Vicksburg, Free State. 100% white audience. I know, right? Where's the EFF when you need them? It was a rough gig. Every time a joke didn't work, I just screamed out, stop the farm murders! Know your audience. One murder I am scared of is COVID-19. I am scared of COVID-19, but a lot of people don't take it seriously. A 9-year-old boy tried to take my hand out of there. I was like, no, I must do the tab. He went, do you believe in COVID or Jesus? I didn't know those were the options. I believe in Jesus. I'm not gangster. I'm not thug. I know just because I'm from El Dorado Park, people always expect me to be gangster. Like we could be walking into a party and my friends would be like, brah, did you see how that man look at you? And I'm like, yeah. Are you gonna let him look at you like that? I'm like, yeah. He's got a lazy eye. Huh? We call him Forrest. I am not gangster, man. I get into arguments on Facebook. That's where I poke. I got into argument with this one bro on Facebook. I was winning the argument. I know I was winning the argument because he started threatening me with fists. That's when you know you're winning a verbal argument. When someone starts threatening you with fists. He was like, brah, I've got a car. I was like, okay. He was like, let's meet halfway so I can show you what I can do to you. I was like, brah, I don't have a car. Do you know how angry I have to be to take 2 taxis to come and fight you? Now I'm there in the first taxi. If you think I'm angry now, wait until you see me in a quantum. I am not thug, man. I'm not gangster at all. I am scared of COVID because I love my granny. I'm scared of COVID. I've got a granny who's 87 years old and I don't want my granny to die. She's too young. She's still got a whole life ahead of her. Grannies are so precious and racist, but mostly precious. Grannies will love you to a fault. My granny let my cousin sleep over at the house even though she knew the police was looking for him. That night I went to bed with the DVD player. DVD players are cold when they're unplugged. Woke up the next morning without the DVD player. I was angry, but my granny wasn't even upset. She was just happy the geezer was still there. Nothing can defeat a granny. Our grannies took the lemons that are townships and made lemonades. Without them, it would just be AIDS. If black and brown grannies don't make it into heaven, then no one should be allowed into heaven. Then we should just cancel God. Yeah, another straight white man bites the dust. Black and brown grannies did not get an easy life on earth. They deserve better in the afterlife. I want to get to heaven and see all the black and brown grannies enjoying the milk and honey without having to worry about diabetes. No one's gonna cut off their wings if they have too much of it. Our grannies are not gonna be cleaners and servants in heaven. They deserve better, all of them, even the ones who watch videos on their phones full blast while you're trying to watch TV. I love my granny and I don't want my granny to die. At least not now, but she's at that age where she wants to die. She always tells us, it's my time, it's my time. And I'm like, Granny, you don't even know the time. She called us all in the other day to tell us. She was like, Dillan. I was like, Granny, that's Janine. I'm on the other side of the room. She turned to me and she was like, Janine, it's time. It's time to go meet your grandfather. I was like, Granny, no, there are still good men on earth. Somebody get Granny on Tinder. I know she's weak, so I'll do the swiping. Uncle Gerald next door has a hearing aid. He's a good listener. Women love a good listener. I bought this girl I like a book titled The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. I haven't spoken to her since. The book works. Dating is hard when you're sober, man. I don't drink, but I go out with people who drink. And people who drink think that you drink Coke like they drink beer. Like I've never had 8 Cokes in one night. The next morning, all my friends are waking up with hangovers. I'm waking up with diabetes. Now I can only wear one sneaker. I'm on Tinder, but Tinder might be too overwhelming for my granny. Maybe we should just take her to hospital. It's a great place to pick up boyfriends. They can share medication. There's a coffee shop for a first date. If things get heated, there are beds available. I'm not a fan of hospitals. I don't think anybody's a fan of hospitals, but me personally, I'm not a fan of hospitals. I got rushed to hospital with food poisoning. Food poisoning, if you've never had it, I'll explain it to you. Food poisoning is like apartheid in your stomach. There's a lot of separation and some forced removals. I got rushed to Baragwana Hospital. It's a government hospital, so that's where the rushing stopped. I was in pain. There was an Afrikaner uncle right next to me. He was even in more pain. He was there trying to get a nurse's attention. You know when he's trying to get a nurse's attention? He was there like, oeh, Jara, help me. Die pijn. Hilda. Oh, Bas. Now you know you're in pain when you start screaming out Siya Seya characters, right? And I was in pain too. I thought this Afrikaner uncle just doesn't know his audience. So I started screaming out Generations actors. I was there like, Tau Mukhale, Queen Moroka. Still no assistance. They were Movango fans. 13 hours in that waiting room. No assistance. Eventually the pain subsided. So I left. Government hospitals are proof that time heals everything. Thank you very much. My name is Dillan Oliphant.
We're coming to the end of the show now. You can see I'm tired, been working, eh? So as we come to the end of the show, I wanted to sing for you End of the Men, Rose 2. What is this thing called? Road to Men, end of the song. No, man. Boys to Road, end of the Men. Yeah, no, okay, I give up. All good things come to an end, like all bad ones do. That takes me back to my teaching days. Yes, I used to be a teacher, and I used to teach geography. They fired me. Don't care. It's fine. I taught my learners about cyclones. Yeah, you know the cyclones that you see. I used to teach my learners about cyclones, and yet I had no clue. But I taught them to the best of my ability. And I taught them all the useless things like the formation of a cyclone, the duration of a cyclone, the speed of a cyclone. Come on. Who cares about that? Who wants to form their own cyclone? Like really? Like the speed? Who wants to race against a cyclone? But it's fine, man. None of my learners harbored ambitions of forming their own cyclone. And all I should have taught them, like, what do you do when you see a cyclone? You run. Otherwise, it's going to throw you at the end of the ocean. You know, I told you guys about my teacher who had doubts about me being a doctor. But these teachers kill our dreams, man. That one was jealous, man. I always thought if I grew up and became a teacher, I would inspire and believe in every child. I was being naive. I asked one of the kids how cyclones are formed, and they told me that they know someone who can pay someone to make a cyclone that is directed at another person for an extra fee, of course. They could even include lightning, like Papa. I'm sure that one is from Limpopo. Hey! Because this was never in the textbook. I just dismissed the child until I failed him while marking his paper. It's called revenge, man, for being irrelevant in class. A bright and sunny day turned into a stormy and dark afternoon. I had to change that mark. I had to apologize. Like, I did not mean it like that. It was a joke. In fact, I gave that child 10 over 100. All I did was just add a 0 there. It was 100 over 100. I don't play with witchism. Some of you might call it witchcraft. No. It's traditional meteorology. That's what it is. Let me not talk about that child in absence because it's called gossip. I can't be gossiping about children. Or else, this signal will go a wall. On that note, lovely patience. The dog is out. Good night.
Thanks for watching and supporting comedy with the crisp taste of Savannah, because shops don't accept punchlines at the till.